Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Ravens fans, sit tight because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest stories of the offseason. Something that might reshape our offensive line and give Baltimore a real shot at making another deep playoff run, maybe even another Super Bowl appearance. So buckle up, because we're diving into the latest buzz, the rumors, and the potential move that could transform the Ravens' fortunes in 2025. And trust me, this isn't just some idle chatter. It's the kind of move that could be a game changer, especially when you look at the current state of our offensive line and what's at stake for Lamar Jackson and the entire team. Let's start with the big rumor floating around. Reports suggest that the San Francisco 49ers, currently rebuilding after some injury setbacks and a less-than-stellar season with Brock Purdy struggling to stay healthy and consistent, are eyeing a major shakeup. And that shakeup involves none other than Trent Williams, one of the best offensive tackles in the league, a true titan of the position. Now I know what you're thinking. Williams is a franchise cornerstone for the 49ers, and yes, he's been instrumental in their success, but the rumors say they might be willing to part ways, trading him away in exchange for draft picks and a promising offensive tackle prospect. Why? Well, it's all about cap space and rebuilding the roster, especially on defense and secondary, where they're looking to free up some funds for future extensions. Now, think about this from the Ravens' perspective. Baltimore has been looking to solidify that offensive line for years, especially as Lamar Jackson continues to evolve and push the team towards playoff success. Williams, who played at Oklahoma and has been a dominant force for the 49ers, would be a perfect fit to bolster our trenches. He's not just a good player. He's an elite Pro Bowl caliber tackle who consistently grades over 90 on PFF, with a run-block win rate that's off the charts, around 85% in 2025. And his ability to protect Lamar while opening lanes for the run game could be exactly what Baltimore needs to elevate their offense to the next level. Speaking of 2025, Williams has been absolutely stellar for the 49ers this season. He's logged 858 snaps across 13 games, allowing only 4 sacks, a remarkable feat for an offensive tackle with his workload. His run blocking has been superb with an 85% win rate, and he's been a staple in their protection schemes, earning a PFF grade of 91. 8. His expected points added per run, +1. 2 EPA run shows how much of a difference he makes both in pass protection and run blocking. Even with injuries, like his ankle injury in Week 10 that sidelined him for 4 games, he's come back strong, and just a few weeks ago in Week 7, he blanked the Chiefs' pass rush entirely, including a dominant performance against Chris Crosby, allowing 0 pressures. That's the kind of consistency Ravens fans crave in a left tackle. And if you look at his career, Williams isn't just a solid player, he's a proven superstar. Over 201 career games, he's made 11 Pro Bowls, and his sack numbers are elite. Just 38 sacks allowed in his entire career, which puts him among the best tackles in NFL history. His EPA per run over his entire career is around +1. 0, and his PFF grades have been consistently in the 92+ range, making him one of the most reliable protectors in the league. His injury history is relatively light. His ankle injury in Week 10 was a setback, but he returned quickly and dominated upon his return. And with his current contract, he's set to make about $30 million in 2026, but trading him could free up roughly $25 million in cap space, which the Ravens could reinvest into extensions for key players like Roquan Smith or Kyle Hamilton, or even bolster the secondary, which has struggled at times. Now looking at the 49ers, they are currently sitting at 6'8", with a cap space of around $19 million, but their offensive line has been a bit of a weak point this season, allowing 28 sacks so far. They're in a kind of rebuild mode, especially on the backfield, with a PFF grade of 59.4 for their offensive line, which is below average. Trading Williams might seem like a risk, especially considering he's a franchise cornerstone. But the Niners are trying to reset their roster after the injuries and underperformance. The move could open up cap space and bring in draft capital to rebuild and develop younger players, especially their offensive line prospects. But it's a gamble. Exposing Williams to free agency or a trade could weaken their line, which has been a key part of their success in recent years, especially in establishing a strong run game that averaged over 130 yards per game in 2024. Without Williams anchoring that line, they risk falling into mediocrity again, similar to what we saw with teams like the Bears after losing Whitehair, where their run game just couldn't sustain itself. For Baltimore, though, this potential trade could be a massive boost. Our offensive line, currently graded at 68, 2 by PFF, has allowed 24 sacks on Lamar Jackson, a number that's been a concern, especially when paired with Wiggins' injury. Adding a player like Williams, alongside Ronnie Stanley, whose PFF grade is 83, 4 would create a formidable duo on the edge. This upgrade could increase run efficiency by around 18%, opening more lanes for J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and give Lamar more time to make plays. On average, he's holding the ball for about 2.7 seconds in the pocket, which is decent but can be better. With Williams protecting him, we could project an additional 200 rushing yards over the season, especially with a talented back like Henry, who's been averaging 4.6 yards per carry and has already amassed over 100 yards this season. This kind of protection and run-blocking strength would significantly improve our offense, making play action more effective and creating easier opportunities downfield. And let's not forget, a stronger offensive line means a more balanced attack, which is crucial in the playoffs. The Ravens have always been about controlling the clock, running the ball effectively, and playing tough defense. With Williams in the fold, that identity gets even stronger. His presence could help us dominate the trenches against teams like the Bengals, where last season we allowed only 150 yards on the ground, and that's with some injuries on our side. Strengthening our offensive line with a guy like Williams could cut those rushing yards allowed even more and reduce turnovers, our Achilles heel this year, by giving Lamar better protection and making the pocket more stable. Now talking about the bigger picture, if this trade happens, it could be a real shot in the arm for our Super Bowl aspirations. The odds for the Ravens to win Super Bowl LXI are currently around +4,500, but with Williams anchoring our line and improving protection in cold playoff conditions, those odds could tighten significantly, maybe even dropping into the +200 range. Williams would be the ultimate X-factor in the postseason, especially against pass rushers like Garrett or other elite defenders. He'd be pivotal in protecting Lamar in those clutch moments, giving us a better chance to match up against the best teams in the AFC. Think about how this could elevate our matchups against teams like the Steelers or even the Eagles, who have an impressive front seven. Improving our offensive line's strength and consistency could push us over the edge, making us more than just a good team. We could become a dominant force that's tough to stop. In closing, this trade isn't just about acquiring a star. It's about setting the stage for a new era of Ravens football, one where our offensive line becomes an unstoppable fortress, where Lamar Jackson has all the time he needs, and where our run game becomes even more lethal. Imagine Williams and Stanley protecting Lamar, opening lanes for Dobbins and Edwards, and giving our offense the kind of balance that opponents dread. It's a move that could elevate us from a playoff contender to a real Super Bowl favorite, especially with the right pieces around him. So, Ravens fans, keep your eyes peeled, because if this rumor turns into reality, it could be the move that redefines our franchise's future. The Ravens are always about strategic, bold decisions, and acquiring Trent Williams could very well be that bold step we need to push us over the top in the AFC and beyond. The offseason is just heating up, and trust me, this story is far from over. We're about to witness a potential game changer that could have ripple effects across the league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster move? Do you believe adding Trent Williams would make us a legit Super Bowl contender? Or do you think it's too risky or too costly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion means everything to us and to the future of our team. We're all in this together, and your insights could spark some great discussions among the Ravens faithful. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis, so stay tuned to keep your pulse on everything Ravens. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and we're here to bring you all the latest, straight from the heart of Baltimore. Let's go Ravens, and let's keep dreaming big because the purple rain is far from over.